Hi there, my name's Dave Wood. I work for a company called TTS, or Training and Testing Services. The idea of this video today is to demonstrate to you the effects that facial hair has on tight-fitting respiratory protective equipment. In particular, we're going to look at the effects that it has on disposable half-mask respirators and also reusable half-mask respirators. For the benefit of this video, I've spent the past 7 days growing facial hair. I hate not being clean shaven, but I think I'm rocking the vagrant look pretty well right now, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry out 2 face fit tests using a disposable half mask, and I'm going to use a reusable half mask with the aid of the TSI port count particle counter. Once those tests have been completed, we're going to look at the results and see if they pass or fail. Once we've got a result from those tests, I'm going to go away, I'm going to have a shave, and we're going to repeat the process. Then what we will do is we will compare the 2 results. So the first mask that we're going to be testing this morning is the disposable Alpha Solway 3030V. This is a great disposable mask. In my opinion, it's one of the best fitting masks on the marketplace. Now, in order for us to test this on the port count machine, we have to adapt the mask, i.e. we have to insert a sampling probe. The way the port count works is it takes a sample of air from inside the room, it also takes a sample of air from inside the mask, and it compares the air quality between the 2 results, okay? In order for this test to pass, the mask has to pass with what we call a fit factor of 100 or more, and that is the same for any half mask respirator. Anything under 100 would be deemed as a fail, and the machine will automatically tell us that. So I've now fitted the mask. The next stage is I need to start doing some exercises. For the test, there are 7 simple exercises to do. The machine will tell me exactly what to do, and as a qualified fit tester, I know what to do anyway. What we will do is we will just keep going through the exercise sequence. If we get to the end and we get a pass, we will discuss that at the very end. So, I've pressed start on the machine. The first exercise that I've got to do is normal breathing. At the same time, I'm stepping up and down on an aerobic step, okay? What should happen is when the countdown clock gets to 1 minute, we want the arrow to go into the green and not the red. Green is a pass, red is a fail. The next exercise, when the machine beeps, we'll be switching to deep breathing while maintaining the steps on the aerobic step. The next exercise, when the machine beeps, we'll be switching back to normal breathing and turning my head from side to side while stepping on the step. The next exercise that I'm going to complete when the machine beeps is it's going to be head up and down while still maintaining the steps on the steps. The next exercise to complete is a talking exercise. I'm going to count backwards from 100 while maintaining the steps on the steps when the machine beeps. 100, 99, 98, 97. The next exercise is going to be a bending exercise. I'm going to stand at the back of the step and I'm going to bend down and up from the waist when the machine beeps at me. 48, 47, 46. My last exercise is coming up. When the machine beeps again, I'm going to go back to stepping on the step and going back to breathing normally, just as I did to start with. Okay, the test is nearly complete. Now I just need to leave the machine to do a few final calculations, and then it will give me the result of either pass or fail. And that has quite clearly passed. Okay, so we can quite clearly see that that's a pass. The pass mark is 100 and the mask managed to pass with a fit factor of 775. However, wait till I repeat the test again and I am clean shaven and we will see what the difference is. That pass speaks more about the quality of the mask than it does anything else. Yep, the facial hair will interfere with the seal of the mask, and we will see that when we test a second time round. Okay, so the second mask that we're going to be testing this morning is the Moldex 7002 reusable half mask respirator. Again, a really good quality mask, and again, in my opinion, one of the best fitting half masks on the marketplace. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this passed as well, but let's test it and let's find out.
Okay, so the first exercise, just as before, is normal breathing and stepping up and down on the road. Wait for the machine to finish off its calculations, and that's the test complete. And again, we can clearly see that's a good pass. We've got an overall fit factor of 4,946, and the pass mark again is 100.
Guys, as we can clearly see, that's a pass as well. Okay, this time really high fit factor, just under 5,000. The pass mark's 100, okay? But again, this is more about the quality of the mask. Again, we will compare that result to the next result that we get when I've had a shave. See you shortly. Okay guys, as you can see, I've been away, I've had a shave, thank goodness for that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to repeat the same test, but this time with me with no facial hair. So again, we're going to start off with the Alpha Solway 3030V, we'll test that, we'll get the results, and then we'll look at it afterwards. Okay, I'll just wait for the machine now to finish its final calculations, and that should end the test. And that's the test completed. That's a good pass with an overall fit factor of just over 2,500. Okay, so that's the test complete with the Alpha Solway 3030V. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to set up the machine and I'm going to get straight on and test the Moldex 7000.
Okay, so that's the test now complete. I'm just waiting for the machine to finish off its final calculation to give us the average fit factor. That's again a good pass. This time the overall fit factor is just over 11,500.
Okay guys, so that's both sets of fit tests completed. I've now had a shave, so everyone's a winner. Let's just talk about what we actually saw there. As you could see, both of these masks actually passed even when I had 7 days worth of growth. Now, I sort of guessed that was going to happen before I did the test. I could have quite easily have gone for lower quality masks, and I could have guaranteed that they would have failed even with 1 or 2 a day's growth. But what I wanted to do was give you an honest opinion. I wanted to show you what actually does happen. Now, a little bit of facial hair doesn't necessarily mean that the test will fail. But as we can see, a little bit of facial hair greatly reduces the level of protection that you guys are getting. And this is actually the whole point to this. This is why the health and safety executives say that we have to be clean shaven in order for us to wear a tight fitting mask. If we are not clean shaven, we greatly reduce the level of protection that we are going to receive. So if we look at the Alpha Solway 3030V with 7 days worth of growth, it passed with an average fit factor of just over 700. It was about 775. When we repeated that same process, we basically ended up with over 3.5 times that level of protection by simply being clean shaven. So if we're not clean shaven, even if we are using a good quality mask, even though yes it'll pass, we're still reducing what this mask is capable of doing. Why would we want to do that to ourselves? When we look at the Modex 7000, again, when we look at what the original fit factor was, it did really well. It was over 4,500. But second time around, again, we nearly tripled that level of protection simply by having a shave. Guys, listen, we don't have a choice. If you want to wear a tight fitting mask, you have to be clean shaven in the area where the mask seals against the face. If you don't want to shave, then you have to use something that's loose fitting. Powered hood, powered air respirator, whatever it might be. I hope you've enjoyed this. Any comments, please leave them. Thanks a lot for your time.